Hello, beautiful people. This is Jayde, and we are right here in Times Square in the heart of New York City. And this is Kicking It with Jayde.
Ain't no stopping me. It's a strong going robbery. It's been many on the patch, had to copy me. But you need design on your feet just to walk with me. Ain't no stopping me. It's a strong going robbery. They can't do it for me.
On this season of Kicking It with Jayde, we are traveling all over America and South Africa, interviewing some of the most interesting personalities in music, in fashion, in art, and of course in sneaker culture.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say. I got them picking up the pieces.
Watching Kicking It with Jayde. This is a very special episode because right now we are in Brooklyn, New York with undoubtedly one of the greatest sneakerheads in the industry to ever exist. Your influencer's favorite influencer. She's a brand consultant. She's an OG in the game. She's an entrepreneur, business owner, activist. What do you not do? Kixie Jixie in the house. Everyone's going nuts. Babe, welcome.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be with you.
This is such an honor. I've been following you like for ages, and we linked and we're like,
it was like soulmates, literally.
Instantly, overnight, no question.
No question about it.
I want to get straight into our conversation because we have so much to talk about and our time is so limited.
Cover.
I've watched so many interviews of yours, and you had quite young parents. Daddy was a DJ, mom was a B-girl. You grew up in New York at the time that hip-hop was created. You literally are like, growing up hip-hop, the show.
Yeah.
That was actually your life.
Yeah, right. I say I'm like street royalty.
You really are. Undoubted, no question. I don't think people can fathom what that was like, especially because hip-hop is undoubtedly influencing the culture globally. Sports, music, fashion, sneakers. You were there for the birth of hip-hop. Talk to me about your childhood and specifically what it was like in that era.
It was a lot of poverty. It was something where you had to express yourself through your clothing, you expressed yourself through your sneakers. So that time frame, it was just like, we didn't have much, but the statement that we made on ourselves. So hip hop was influencing culture. It was influencing like how we move in the street, and information didn't travel as fast. So
before the internet, there was no internet, no social media.
No internet.
Yep.
So we had regional style, and regional style was so important. So we had our style in Brooklyn. You had different style in Queens, Harlem, Manhattan. And as you traveled and had friends in all these places, then you picked up this style. So as a kid, I had a lot of freedom. So I would travel to go get sneakers in Harlem, go get sneakers in Queens, and come back to my neighborhood and everybody's like, yo, what are you wearing?
Yes. Talk to me a little bit about the multicultural and diversity. Hey, Gucci's in the show. Your fur baby. That time growing up in Brooklyn specifically was a cultural melting pot. There were people from all over the world, different communities. I love that he's here.
He's so curious.
He's so curious. It was super multiracial, super diverse. You spoke to me once about how people were coming in and out of your home. Just talk to me about the multicultural diversity of the time and how that influenced all of you guys.
Oh, absolutely. New York it's an interesting city because if you grew up in any hood in America, you experience segregation. You would have Black people on one side, Spanish people on one side, you have whites in one place. But New York, it's like we have these big buildings, it's a melting pot. So you literally had Asians, Blacks, Spanish, just all living in these big buildings. So it was something that we were able to share culture with each other.
Yes.
And we were able to celebrate culture and even just start culture, right? So hip hop is representative to that, right? Hip hop, we had Puerto Ricans, you have blacks, and you had them simultaneously trying to figure out who's doing what, right? So you dancing, you DJing, you dressing, we all like this style, but I'm gonna wear mine like this, you're gonna wear yours like this. And then it just flowed. It was like a exchange of ideas. So growing up, it was like, rest in peace, my Uncle Al, right? So my Uncle Al, big 6'5" black dude, and he's like strong, and he had his big chains with the Uzis and the 8-ball jackets, and he would come in the house, and you know, my grandmother's like, what you want to eat? You know, what you eating? Sit down, you're gonna eat rice and beans, you're gonna eat this. And he would come in and he started talking Spanish. He learned Spanish, and he would be like, que? And he would be there laughing and doing all these things. So it was amazing how we were able to share culture with each other in New York and just grow up with each other. So it was a beautiful thing.
Stunning. You've been wearing sneakers since you were 5 years old, and you spoke about how, you know, when kicks were coming out, your parents always made sure you were super fresh. That grew you into being the girl that's there online, getting the sneakers, ultimately there with the resellers. You grew up in this community, and so you're a staple of that. And it's very evident when I was with you. It was so amazing to see you in action and to see the love and respect that you get from all of the men, because it is still a very male-dominated space.
Absolutely.
You identified that in this community, even when you were going to the stores, there would be a woman in the store to get her latest kicks, her Dunks, or her Air Maxes, or her Jordans of the month, and you would have a conversation. You then identified, listen, there's a space for women, but no one is speaking to us and no one is organizing us. Talk to me about how you started getting women together and why creating that community and that collective has been so powerful.
One of the things is like, growing up, I had friends who liked shoes and they were girly girls, and I had a few friends who liked sneakers, right? But even my friends that like sneakers, they weren't like die-hard sneaker lovers like me, where we knew all the facts and we were talking about the colors and the styles and what's coming out next week. So I always wish I had friends who celebrated sneakers the way I do. And throughout time, I realized that as I was going to these sneaker stores and as I'm shopping, I would meet people who love sneakers and people who women who just felt like how I felt. And I'm like, oh my God, they out there.
Yeah.
So it was like, I wanna say 2011, when, you know, back in the day, there was a crew called Female Sneaker Fiends.
Okay.
And the organizer of that crew, Lori, you know, she was an activist in the space. You know, she did a lot of good things, give backs, toy drives. You know, she was putting together this book, and she was like, you know, I wanna feature all the women. And I was just leaving to go to school. I was going away, and I was like, I didn't have pictures, I didn't have anything to like give to her because I was in transition.
Sure.
But she would organize and she would invite me to certain things. So when the book actually came out, it was the first time I went to like an event that was like a lot of women, and I loved the feeling of just like talking about like sneakers, and people be like, what do you mean talk about sneakers? Like, what do you talk about? And it's just like, you know, we talk about, oh, you know what, that's a good pair, but you know what, you have those, I like those better. Oh, do you have that color? That color is great. I enjoyed that, and that was the first time I experienced that. So fast forward, and I wanted to do an event to get all the girls together for Air Max Day. So like that was my official first event of getting women together. This was March 26th of 2015. And what I did was we got all the girls together, super bootstrap, right? Because at the time, 2015, we would pitch to brands to have an all-female event. They were not interested, right? So
because the idea at the time was like, but what do you mean females want to get together and wear sneakers? Women don't know sneakers like that. Women are not interested in sneakers like that.
Like,
why would they show up?
What do you do?
What will you do there?
They literally asked, what would you do? And it was like, well, we get together, and from that experience that we had before, it was like, we'll get together, do some kind of activities, you know, mingle, network, talk to each other, get to know each other, you know, build a sisterhood of some kind. So it was just like, all right, we got some food, we got some desserts, we got some drinks, we invited the ladies, we put up a step and repeat, mad cheesy, but it was everything. And all the girls came with their Air Max.
And self-financed? There's no brand backing it, there's no investors.
Nothing, just
it's
put
like,
our money
we'll put
into
our coins together.
And then the girls came with all their Air Max. And it was so dope because, you know, you had young girls who were just starting to get into sneakers, and then you had your veterans who was there wearing old Air Max, and then we were all taking pictures and we're all laughing and we're just all bonding. And that was to me like the first time that I felt community. And it's the first time that I was like, you know, I'm talking to some girls and the energy was so good, and it was just like, it's a breath of fresh air to step out of what was being with my normal friends who don't understand why I like this so much. You know? But then again, when I grew up, I used to talk to the boys about sneakers. So I used to sit on the stoop and we used to just talk about sports. Jordan playing, we used to talk about, you know, Patrick Ewing playing, and then we used to talk about what's on everybody's feet, right? So we used to talk about all of the NBA players and what's on their feet. And that was like, it was so masculine, the conversation, so it was so nice to talk to women about it.
And I mean, it's hard to even fathom, because now most of the brands, their focus is on women. The budget is going towards women, marketing is going towards women, because they've identified that when you sell to a man, he's gonna buy a pair for himself. When you sell and market and speak to women, they shop for the community. They're buying for themselves, they're buying for their kid or their niece or their nephew and their man. Do you know what I mean? So actually it's a very smart strategy to invest in women like that.
I think women have always been the main market. We've always been the dominant.
But brands didn't clock that though.
No, it's just how it was presented, right? Because women have always been, you know, if we think about who first bought us sneakers, mom, yo, buy me a pair of sneakers, I need sneakers. Grandmothers, you know, it's family. So it's just like, we've always been it. It's just now there's the emphasis because now you see it. Now you see it on social. Now you see, it's just like in hip hop, right? Who's the leaders of hip hop right now? All women. We have more female rappers than ever in history, which is amazing. Same thing with sneaker culture. You have more female sneaker collectors now emerging, being like the leading influencers more than ever.
And what I think is so beautiful about your conversations when you talk about women and men in sneaker culture, it's not to say we're anti-men. You know what I mean? It's just to say, listen, let's actually celebrate the women. Let's give them their flowers. Let's give them the dope colorways. It's not all about pink and glitter. You know what I mean? It's so much more. And from then to now, talk to me about the difference you've identified. Yes, now it's more obvious for the brands to see. They're directly speaking to us. But how have you seen the industry grow? Has it changed at all? Because I'm saying at the lineups, at the events, it's still majority men. Where are the females? Is it a female problem? Is it a brand problem? Why are there not more of us physically present in these spaces?
I think the biggest thing that I see is the fact that there is a difference in sneaker culture. First of all, identifying what is sneaker culture, right? You have online culture, which is one habit of things that people do to be relevant in sneaker culture. But then you have in real life. And you know, as you got to witness this weekend, you know, there's a vibrant culture in real life of people that gather together, they enjoy, you know, different releases, and they group up and they do different things with each other. It's not always centered around sneakers, but it's people who enjoy the same, you know, the same habit together doing things. And from then till now, so much has changed in that it has and it hasn't, right? So I think back in the day, we were onto something with technology, right, for women's sneakers, right? We had Cheryl Swoops. She had a whole signature collection. They took foam technology. They took all this different technology and said, here, sneaker for women, right? But then we also had other brands that we look at, right? We had LA Gear creating specifically for women. They had a pair of sneakers, they were embroidered sneakers with flowers on them. You only saw the flower in the sun. The embroidery came out in the sun. So if we think about that technology then and we fast forward to where we're at now, you know, certain things declined and certain things went up, right? So it's like, I think technology has declined in the women's space because it's oversaturated with giving women, you know, what they're studying, what people are appealing, what's appealing, colors are appealing, right? Materials, velvets, nice leathers. So things.
So maybe the technology is not advancing, so but the aesthetics are. Okay, I see you. And
I think now more than ever, now we have a place as women where we can say, we're sexy in sneakers. You know, we're fashionable in sneakers. We go in the boardrooms in sneakers. We go to work in sneakers. We go on the runway in sneakers. We're in red carpet in sneakers, right? So I think now more than ever we see the power and the statement piece that sneakers have always been.
It's true. When I talk to my friends that are not part of sneaker culture or maybe don't understand it, they're like, it's so intimidating. It feels like if I don't know every model of Jordan or can identify what's what, I can't be part of the conversation. When it's so not that. It's like, yes, there is a community that are extremely passionate about it, and they know about every drop, every hype, and every collab. But it's like, sneakers are so normalized into everyday fashion since COVID because more comfortable wear is prioritized over formal wear, that everyone is wearing kicks. Everyone, whether you know it or not, is actually part of the conversation, is a consumer. You like what you like, and it doesn't, just because you're not buying the hype shit doesn't mean that you can't be part of it. We have to speak about your sneaker because, I mean, it's iconic. I mean, it's a sneakerhead's dream to have a sneaker. Talk to me about creation of it, marketing of it, and now all these years later, when you look back, how does it make you feel? Do you feel the same way you did now, like then, now?
You know what? Now it's settled. Like, it took me, it's still processing that we were, the Jordan Women's Collective, New York 2023 group of my cohort, we were part of pitching a sneaker to Jordan brand and actually having them create and release this sneaker. And, you know, the storytelling was so authentic. We didn't need marketing because we're 4 girls who really believed in the power of women and telling a story of women and coming from New York. And it was crazy because we met and within an hour, we just like synced. And we're very different women and we come from very different walks of life, but we synced automatically and we were just so focused on getting the job done of trying to figure out what sneaker we wanted to go with. And you know, we had second thoughts and we were second guessing on what we wanted to do. And it's crazy because it came out perfect. We had ideas for how we wanted to celebrate the sneaker for our event launch. In my mind, I imagined the block party, you know, and it's crazy because it's like, you know, one girl set up the venue, somebody else set up the activities, and but it all came together exactly what I saw in my head. So it's just like, it's the way the world works. It's like, we synchronize so well. So the sneaker really represents New York City. You know, it's themed after the bodega. It has a scratch off because you go in the store and you get scratch offs in the bodega. So, you know, it was just a project of just love and just being able to be part of something like that and see the whole process from beginning to end. I think the work that goes into it and to see the outcome it changed how I look at sneakers in general. It changed how I look at collaborations. But I'm so grateful to the brand because it's like, it has new technology, which is the scratch off, right? So you scratch off and you expose the Jordan logo. And they could have given that to Tiana Taylor. They could have given that technology to any huge celebrity who wanted to roll out with something new. The idea could have went to somebody. It went to 4 girls from New York City who was just trying to see out dreams. And I think that's it's the most beautiful statement that the brand can make.
It's so representative of your journey that you were hands-on part in the design process, what it looks like, what it feels like, the rollout, the event, involving your community that is so diverse. Like in South Africa, we call it Rainbow Nation. Every race, every color, every culture, all involved. Gucci agrees.
Come to mama.
I wanna end by asking you, we've seen all these hats you're wearing. An entrepreneur, a businesswoman, an advocate for women, right? Before it was a thing, before it was trendy and cool, an absolute sneakerhead, well-respected, OG. Us influencers look to you, the ultimate influence. It's not about numbers. What is the legacy you want to leave behind?
I want everybody to know that women been here. I want everyone to know that the culture, it's male-dominated, but it wasn't men alone. There has been women who have been actively collecting sneakers, rocking sneakers, and contributing to even what men like in sneakers, right? Since the beginning of time. And I think my collection is a testament to that. And my legacy is really to let them know we've been here, and also for women to continue to preserve the culture. We are a community, and brands don't realize that. Brands don't realize how connected like sneaker girls really are from all over the world. Like if you really think about it, right? There's like less than, I want to say maybe 200 of us.
Yeah.
Right? There's maybe 200 of us who's sitting on the top, right? Who's the who's who of sneakers.
Yeah.
Right? Who's the visible ones, who's really out there. But you have 18 million women who's out there wearing sneakers.
Sure.
But there's only a small percentage, there's a tiny little amount of us that's like sitting on the top, and we are all one big, you know, squad.
It's beautiful.
We're one big squad.
We love each other and we support each other, and it's sincere and authentic. And I think that's a perfect way to end it. You are amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for watching. We out. I love you.
Oh, I love you. That was so much fun.
This is my sneaker. This right here is a friends and family pack. So if you look, this is what everybody else don't have. So this is the actual, this is a scratch off. It's a Jordan scratch off, right? And then this is like the bag you get in the grocery store when you go to the New York grocery stores.
So with the 23,
With the Jordan.
I cannot. Look how good. Oh my god.
And then this is a sneaker. And then it has the scratch off, which is not revealed yet. So if you look at the swoosh, is like the awning of a bodega, right? So that's like and the color gets more beige as you wear it. It's an antique. It's like an antique ivory. And then the colors itself come from the actual color palette of the bodega. So you see the burgundies, the blues, the greens. So it's actually derived from there. This is a Jordan 1 Zoom Comfort 2. So it's a flexible one. It's a flexible model. It's a little more narrow. So
This is so special. Thank you
this
is so special. Thank you so much.
I was like looking for it and I was like,
Kickin!
So this
You
is
are
for
amazing.
you.
Now we need like a photo shoot in a bodega. We need a photo shoot in a bodega in New York.
There are dozens of successful fashion designers coming out of Africa, but how many do you know that have their own fashion line, homeware, festival, multiple stores across South Africa, and a standalone brick and mortar right here in New York? Welcome to the Maxhosa store in New York.